Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am coming back at you with another Wargaming weekly video. All right, so we've been experimenting with different types of videos for the last couple of weeks and different start times just to see like viewership. It's an experiment, but tonight I basically was going to be working on my Marshals and Generals, my Napoleonic figures. I was going to be rebasing them, so I figured why not turn the camera on and let's, have interactions with my audience. Or you could just sit while you're doing some other project and just watch. Still have a mild cough, just so you know. So if I cough in the middle of the stream, just understand that you can't get everything you want. All right, so just an FYI, I still have um, three more um, limbers, French limbers that I need to do, and then that'll be all the French limbers that I need to do because there are um, four gun batteries in second corps, right? So each division has a gun battery. You've got fifth, sixth, and ninth, and then you've got uh, the second cavalry, which is Pyre. He's also got a gun battery, which I have not modeled. Right, I haven't put together any horse guns. I've only put together uh, foot guns. Um, and then there's a couple more horse guns uh, from Kellerman's Corps because he shows up as well. So those. So basically, I've got. Oh yeah, the three infantry divisions and the core 12 pounders. So I've got the three divisions marked as 6 pounders, and then the core is 12 pounders, right? And so I still have two more. I think I've only got two more. I got one for Kellerman and one for Pyre. So once I get those horse guns done, I'll be ready to go with Quatre Bras when it comes to French artillery, and once I get those limbers done. Okay, so I plan to do a lot of rebasing, or not, maybe not a lot of rebasing. I plan to do a couple hours worth, anyway, of rebasing. If you want to chat with me, feel free. I have the Twidget up running, so it should catch that. Now, I'm going to rebase these on normal normal infantry bases, but I am going to rebase these on the 40 by 40s. So I want to get that started. Knock that out just to kind of see what the look is going to be. Know what I mean? I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did put a new order in for Litco. Mainly because I have enough Litco to do. I probably have enough Litco to do all of the Meg armies that I'm working on. But then when I start rebasing stuff in the Meg style for my Napoleonics, that eats into those size bases. So I needed to reorder to ensure I had enough. Yeah, and those are going to go over that. And I kind of realized while doing my dev blog the other day that I don't need to rebase my generals. They're all based properly, or the way I want them based. I was thinking about rebasing them on squares, kind of like what I'm doing with Meg, but I'm not using them like Meg. So I'm using them in more of a Napoleon's battles kind of way. So there's no need for them to be square. All right, let's get this show on the road. I cover my right thumb so that I try to prevent any cuts on that thumb. But I also am covering my index finger, my left index and right index finger. These are supposed to be cut proof. I don't really know if that's true. I haven't really put it to the test. And I've used this knife quite a bit. It's probably dull as fuck, but you know what? That's okay because I'm using it as a I'm digging the figure out, and so if I was to break it, I would rather break a dull as fuck. Blade. Trying to focus my eyes before I start doing cutting. Okay, here we go. Now some of these figures pop off like with no problem. Like I'm able to cut underneath them with like little or no effort. And then there's others that just don't want to get cut. And I don't know if it's the size of the base of the figure. Could be. I might have filed it down so thin that like nothing to grip onto. If that makes sense. Yeah, these guys are NASA. Yeah. These guys are Hanoverans. These guys are NASA. I know it's hard to tell, but NASA has this a small little Jaeger company. I don't remember what it's called. I might have to look it up so that I can write it on the back of the base. I like writing unit names on the back of the base so that I can keep track of my units, but also so that I can learn. Yeah, and for some reason, this unit, I didn't write anything on the back. Don't know why. I don't think I need it or something, maybe. Boy, my stomach has just started talking to me. I just ate. So that might be settling. And if sometime during the stream, if I need to take a 5-minute break, I'll just let you guys know. What I need is like a countdown timer or something that I can put on the screen. So when I say I'm taking a 5-minute break, I can put 5 minutes on the clock and then have it like count down. Or maybe I just don't need to worry about it. You guys are awesome. And you can figure out when a 5-minute break started and when it'll be over. Okay, so I take this off because it's easier for me to use my thumbnail. Clean off any trash. And I thought about putting less figures, less than 4 figures on there to represent that they are a smaller, tiny unit. Because two of these bases represent a tiny unit, even though it's occupying a pretty large area. Still only 2 bases. And if you were at my dev blog, you would have seen that I gave tiny units some major advantages. Okay, I guess I am going to have to take a 5-minute break. I will be back in just a moment. Why did that not come through? Yeah, why is that not coming through? Yeah, something's going on. Oh, I haven't actually left yet. There we go. Just had to refresh it. I am back. Or I'm coming back anyway. Back to this. And there we are. Oh, excuse me. I don't even know if I was gone for 5 minutes. You know, I might have been gone for only a couple minutes, but still. Yeah, I found something that's like a hidden gem, right? I discovered this just a couple of days ago. I want you guys to see it. I like fruit punch. You guys probably like fruit punch. This is a giant bottle. It is $1. It's a 22.5 ounces. You can see that it says 50 calories per serving. That's kind of a lie because this is 2.5 servings, what they say. Approximately. And for being only $1, it actually tastes really good. This is my first one. I've never had this before. I ordered a couple of them off of Amazon to test because it was $1, you know. And it actually tastes really good. I might be ordering this again. Okay, I've got a change of plans. After I do these 2 infantry units, I think what I'm going to do is get out my Dutch-Belgian miniatures and organize them into unit packs. Because what I like to do is take the old glory packs, break them open, and then pick out the figures that I'm going to use in a battalion and put them in a Ziploc bag. And that way, when I go to make that like, I don't know, the 7th Dutch-Belgian Line Infantry or something like that, I'll go through my bags and I'll find the 7th and I'll pull it out and then I'll be ready to go with the 7th. But before we do that, I have to... I put that there. That's not in the way. I need to... Maybe it's here, maybe it's there. It is there. I can't see. Oh, these are the right glasses. Okay, maybe I just need to get around this camera. Okay, so the unit that I'm currently working on is this little thing right here. The Jaegers from Godecki's brigade. The other Jaegers I'm working on are these guys from Kilmansegs, right? So this is the Jaeger, Field Jaeger Corps. But I want to know what these guys are called. So I'm going to go to... Yeah, we'll go to all British. What is all of this? I need to reset that. Okay. Okay, here's the second. I think it's the second. Volunteer Jaeger Company. Okay, Volunteer Jaeger Company. Interesting. Still going to put NASA. Is there like a NASA spelling? Oh, there is. Company. I'm not putting that on there. Bridgewilji Jaegers. No. Yep. Perfect. NASA. Volunteer. Jaeger. Company. For you new guys into Napoleonics, it's not Jagger. It's Jaeger. Okay, so let's clean these guys up. Okay, he's clean. Oh, damn, he's clean. He's clean. Okay. How do I want to put them on their skirmish bases? Basically, they're just a group of skirmishers. Okay, now this guy. Now these bases should be big enough that I don't. Now all of these guys are exactly the same pose, aren't they? They are. And they all have the same pom-pom color? Yep, okay. I wish these guys were actually in a skirmish pose, like shooting or kneeling or something like that. But itch. Okay, maybe that is not ready. Um, but when I bought these, they didn't have that as an option. There's really only a couple of poses. There's the. Okay, what's going on with this guy? And I'm trying to put them in a way where they're kind of like not perfectly aligned. I want them to be kind of haphazard. That makes sense. And these guys don't want to stand up. I don't know what's going on. On the base, that is. They stand up fine on this black. Yeah. Maybe with this glue, the way I put it on there, you can kind of see how it's, well, maybe not. It's so far away from the camera. I'm going to say you'd be able to see what I'm talking about, but maybe not. Yep, that works. Now, I'm afraid that if I start sliding it across this table just to get it out of the way, the figure is going to fall or... Yay. Now, these should be Hanoverian, right? Okay. Field Jaeger Corps. But I'm just going to say Field Jaegers, like I did here. Feldjäger. But I'm going to put Hanover on this. I'm not going to spell it out. I'm going to use my Napoleon's Battles abbreviation for Hanover. HN. And I'm going to spell out field because I'm American. America? Fuck yeah. Now I could do one. Or two. Now on this one, I think I'm going to do it all. Hanover. Feld. Jaeger. Corps. All right, so those guys will be good to go. I hope everybody's having a good new year. I know there's a lot going on over the last couple of days. So there is that. I still have these Polish figures from Perry that I need to wash. I might do that after the live stream. Okay, now these guys have much thicker bases. But then again, they are Hanover and not Nassau. And I also have a feeling that those Nassau guys over there might be minifig. I do have some minifigs floating around. And somebody was telling me that the Field Jaeger Corps functioned primarily in skirmish in the battles. And that's perfectly fine. It's just that I don't I don't represent skirmishers in a battalion-sized unit, even if the battalion is deployed in skirmish. And that might be why I based them this way originally, was that I was going to deploy them or display them as skirmishers because of that reason. But in my marshals and generals that I'm writing now, or the ones that I'm working on now, only tiny units will be represented as skirmishers. Anything large will be represented as a regular battalion. Trying not to cut myself. There we go. He's coming. So is anybody out there looking forward to the Echo TV series on Marvel? Well, first of all, I don't know who she is. Second of all, another female hero. Um, Never heard of her, right? They're going for these lesser known heroes. And she's not even a hero. She's kind of a villain. But has one of the, she's a villain that I'm going to assume by the end of the series turns to be good. Because she works for Kingpin. And apparently there's going to be a cameo or two of Daredevil. And they're using the same actor that they used in the Amazon series, which I'm very happy with because I liked his portrayal of Daredevil. I thought he did a really good job. I loved, let's rephrase that. I loved the Amazon Marvel series. I wish they didn't cancel, and not just Daredevil. I mean, well, did not enjoy Jessica Jones at all. Just hated it. I didn't watch The Cage, Nicolas Cage or whatever is not Nick Cage, but maybe it is Nick Cage. I don't the the black hero, the one that's like super strong, and I didn't watch that series, but I did watch Daredevil. I watched Iron Fist because Iron Fist was actually one of my favorite heroes from the comics, believe it or not. Even though he's like, he doesn't say much, Iron Fist in the comics never really said much or did much, you know? Um, I just, I just like, I don't know, I just like the whole martial arts superhero, focusing your ki, you know, because I was big into martial arts about the time that I was reading comics, right? I was actually a martial arts instructor. I don't know if you guys knew this. I took karate um, when I was a kid um, for many years. I lived in Hawaii, trained under a actual Japanese sensei, and he wanted us to do things. Now remember, I was a kid, but he wanted us to do things that I thought was totally impossible to do. And after a couple of years of training under this guy and learning pretty much a lot, I mean, I wasn't good by any stretch of the imagination, but I did learn a lot. Then I went in the service, and I had a break in service. I went in, I got out, and I went back in. When I was out, I started studying Taekwondo. And I enjoyed it immensely because it was very similar to karate. And it's not exactly the same, of course. There's a lot of, but there is a lot of similarities. And I don't know if it was my instructor or if it was the actual style. But when I was studying karate, the emphasis, the big emphasis, was on the hands. And we did almost everything, not everything, but almost everything with our hands. We did kicking and stuff, but the idea was get your hands involved. And then when I started training with Taekwondo, the instructor, the big emphasis was kicking and get your kicking involved. But with my karate training and my Taekwondo training, which I got a chance to meet Jean-Claude Van Damme. Had an opportunity to get a signature, like an autograph from him or whatever, but I didn't. I didn't really know who the guy was at the time. I wasn't big into movie stars. I met Sho Kosugi. I don't know if you know who that is. Was in a tournament that was sponsored by a what's that guy's name? The one nobody likes. I want to say Spielberg, but that's not right. Let me just say I was in the circle, right? We were I was even trained, or I thought I was training for the Olympics, believe it or not. I didn't say I was going to make the Olympics. I was just training for it, right? But when you go to the Olympics, there's like pre-tryouts or whatever to see if you can go to the actual tryouts, and then to see if you get on the team and all this other BS. So I go to the pre-tryout, and they, you got this line of people going through the check-in process and all that. And I get to the check-in counter, and they ask me what school that I trained under, which happened to be John Harding. I don't know if you know who that is, but that's the school that I trained under. And then later, a Richard. Well, let's not get into all that. I got some bad things to say about that. But I trained, and I was at the counter, and they asked me where I trained. I told them where I trained, and they told me that I did not qualify. And I was like, "What are you talking about? It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter where I trained if I'm really good at it, right?" And they were like, "Nope. You're on the banned list." And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't even know. So I have to go, I find out through inquiries in different places. And you might not know this, but there are different styles of Taekwondo. Um, Taekwondo is very political. I didn't realize this. They have um, nationally approved schools, and there are offshoots of this school that they consider to be a violation because they're teaching a variation and not the official Taekwondo. And so you'll notice that you'll see ITF, the International Taekwondo Federation, and then you'll see the WTF. Like, what the fuck? No, it's the World Taekwondo Federation. And if you study anything, any other style other than, I was an ITF. I was an ITF student. If you study anything other than WTF, you cannot go to the Olympics. Only the WTF was approved. And I was like, wow, that's bullshit. But there's nothing I could do. What's funny is when I became an instructor, now I didn't own the studio, right? The dojang. Not a dojo, it's a dojang. Um, okay, I'm trying to spread these guys out in their poses. Whoops. Um, I wasn't the owner of the studio. I was like an assistant instructor. Like you have the main instructor, the owner of the studio, and then you have all these other instructors that teach the individual classes, right? And I was one of those. And because I was good with kids, I taught the children's classes. Not saying I'm happy about it, but I was okay with it. I'm good with kids. I like kids. Okay, these are going to be tight. This is going to be tight. And I don't mean like tight like nice. I mean tight like they're going to be pressed up against each other. Going to be super tight. Okay, that should be good. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Um, and I also taught the beginner's class, the white belts. And funny enough, I would tell my white belts Okay, maybe I need to switch these two. You know, personal stories and, you know, inspirational stories and stuff like that, and jokes and, whatever. And one time I was talking to one of these girls, woman, that had just started. And one of the things she asked me was, why do I don't think she asked me. Maybe I voluntarily told the class this or whatever. But I told them different people study Taekwondo for different reasons. You got to figure out what your reason is. But my reason had nothing to do with fighting. It was good exercise, but it also taught me discipline and self-control, peace of mind. I can be calm in a stressful situation. I did not want to beat anybody up. That's not why I studied Taekwondo or karate. And that uh, that spoke to her, right? Okay, these guys are all going to fit, but like I said, they're going to be tight. Because they're not like in a marching formation, they're all in action poses. Because they're like Jaegers. So they're kind of like in skirmish poses almost. But I want to make sure they fit, and I want to make sure that I like the way they fit before I commit. Gluing them in place, and that's what I'm doing here. Okay, I think I like the way I've got it set up. So, um, we actually started dating. And funny enough, we started talking about why she dated me. This was just a conversation that we had one night. I told her that she started dating me because of my charisma. And she's like, she didn't know what the word charisma meant. She'd never heard that word before. She actually argued with me saying that it was a made-up word. And I mean, not a bad argument or anything. I just giggled and laughed and said, no, it's a real word, and that kind of stuff. But after about 2 days, we broke up. That was the shortest dating scene. I think she expected more out of me. Being an instructor of Taekwondo. Like, I mean, we never it never got past kissing. Which was a shame, but that's okay. Not why I was there. She seemed like she was a really cool chick. I think she was disappointed in me. Maybe I wasn't aggressive enough, or tried to rape her or something. I wasn't going to do any of that. I'm not into that. Just so you know, guys. Never have been. I'm not pushy like that. But I learned something. If I not from her, but just in my years of dating and being with girls. If you're young out there, I want you to learn something I'm about to say. It's not going to be politically correct. People are going to say, "What are you saying? You're being a jerk." But I feel this to be true. I really do. I could list all the girls that I've dated and how many of them this was true with. I would say would be about 90%. And in my years of being in the service and traveling the world and being a horn dog and basically having like 100 different girlfriends, I found this to be true. One common truth: women do not know what they want. Okay, I just want you to know this. They will tell you that they want a nice guy to provide for them and, be a sweetheart and romantic and all that. And that's what they say consciously. Because it sounds good. It does sound good. But it's not true. They don't even know it. This is 99% of the women I dated want a bad boy. They want a guy who's rude to them. They want a guy who's good in the sack, strong, protective, a provider, and all that other stuff they could care less about. Subconsciously. Consciously, they'll say, yeah, I want a nice guy who's romantic, will take me to dinner. No. That's not what they want. They want you to be aggressive. Be a little bit rude. Not so much that you're a jerk, but forceful. They want you to be in charge. They might complain about it, but inside, they're loving it. All right, we got them guys. Sorry, I got onto that little Taekwondo martial arts kick, which brought us to women. Totally sorry about that. I didn't want to talk about that. All right, so it was dry. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to do any more rebasing right now. I really want to test out my figure collection and see if I've got the right number of Dutch Belgians. I say that because when I was going through my lists, let's see if I can get on this computer here and show you what I'm talking about. Let's click on this. Okay, so wrong thing. Beep, 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 beep. 15 millimeter. There we go. Now here's my Allied side, and this is the French EO side. Who did I just rebase? I just rebased these guys. And I just rebased these guys. If it's in gray, it means I have them painted, but they're just not based properly, right? They're based in the old method. Okay, but if you look here, look at these Dutch Belgians. I got like none of them done. At least I got the second Nassau finished. And I've got all of the all the Brunswickers done. I've got a couple of Hanovers, maybe not a lot. I got 3 units. But I don't have any of the Landwehr done. I do have this whole brigade done. That's pretty cool. And he's pretty much done as well. all the generals are. They're I thought I was going to have to rebase them, but no, I'm not rebasing any of my generals. So they're all really finished. Yeah, so I wanted to pull these guys out and just see if I have them or not. I've already rebased all those guys. That's pretty cool. Cool. And yeah, see, there's the Pyre 6-pound horse, and here's Kellerman, but it's actually Hertier's got a 6-pound horse as well. Lefevre doesn't have that. I'm not sure why. Because he's probably guard. Yeah, this is the 11th division, where this is the guard. So I put it in a three-way, right? So I've got the 2 guns and the limber. Or you can look at it this way, 2 guns and a limber. But that's why there's 3 of them. And there's the 3 foot have all got their limbers finished. I only need 5 limbers. That doesn't... Wait. Oh, no. This limber up here. Yeah, so I still have 3 more limbers that I got to do. And these guns I still have to do. Okay, but enough of that. Let's clear that. Pull my Dutch Belgians out. I'm going to lay them out right here, and we're going to see if I have the right number of figures or if I need to order some more. Yeah, I also want to check my cavalry too, because all my cavalry really, because of the new basing style. It means I might need more. That's actually really good. And it's big enough that, like that's what she said. Okay, so we scroll down here and you see, like these hussars, I'll need to make a couple more bases because they're over 600. And I'm making the break at 600. And like, I'll need 1 base of hussars with these guys too. Uhlans, 249. 2 bases. I think these are the only cavalry that I need to do for the Allies. Until we start getting to Waterloo. Then there's all this household cab and dragoons and light dragoons and all kinds of crazy stuff. Which I'm looking forward to doing that, but not until I get Quatre Bras finished and up and running and my rules good to go. Okay, and then we've got these chasseurs. I might not have enough, because that's a lot of bases. If it's under 600, I'm going with 4 bases, right? And 597, I said that was close enough. That's 600. What the hell? Let's do 6 bases. And I haven't done any of these guys. Okay, but that's fine. I got a lot of units I still got to do. So we really should check on my French chasseurs, just to double check that I've got enough. And those are those guard chasseurs? Yeah, guard chasseurs. Which, do they wear the same uniform? I don't know. Is there guard chasseurs? Oh goodness. Let's try something. French. Now we've got the guard over here. cavalry. They redid this, which I really appreciate. Horse hunters. Guess what? Horse hunters are chasseurs. Wait, there's only one? The first guard horse hunters. Was there... Wait a second. Wait 1 minute. Lilliman, right? Lilyman? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go through this and wear all that away too. Okay, but let's get down to Lilyman. Here's the 11th. No, it's cavalry. Okay, hold on. Thunder Kellerman. Here we go. 11th Cavalry. No. That's not the guard. Okay, right. So the guard being light guard. Yeah, chasseurs right here. First Brigade is Regiment de Ville Garde Chasseurs. French and Mameluke. And because they were 1,200 men, I decided to break them into 2 units of 600 plus. That is correct. So it is only one. It is only... Okay. Well, there's the Mamelukes, right? There's only a handful of them. And I don't know if I have any Mamelukes. Okay, these chasseurs all have the Busby, or the Kolpak. Busby, Kolpak, whatever. Are they all like that? Okay. Hopefully I've got some guard chasseurs. Yeah, the guard all have Kolpaks. Let's see, the line cavalry. They have shakos or helmets, depending on whatever regiment it is. I don't know if I have any. Crap, I need to put an order in. But that's what we're checking. Gonna check. I went with my Napoleonic French first. And not the Dutch Belgians. I'm gonna be doing with that. This is on. French grenadiers on horse, French carabiniers, dragoons and chasseurs and cuirassiers, trying not to hit these bases. I don't think I've got it. Okay. French artillery, I still have quite a bag full of these. Those look like they might be horse artillery. Okay. There's at least 4 in here. Okay. And for some reason I got this one 6-pound. See, when I bought this, it says 6-pound, 4 pieces. Well, yeah, it's 4 pieces, but it's not 4 guns. So that was, I got ripped off, I felt. Good to see. 4 cards, okay. Like French lights. Just extras. Now these are already in their baggies. Like there's 2 of the 72nd and all the different units. Okay, so the French line and light infantry have been already broken down into their units. First of the 4, second of the 4th. Like here's a bunch of light units. Excellent. These guys. These guys are wearing helmets. Cavalry with helmets. That could be chasseurs. Don't look like. Yeah, they look like chasseurs with helmets. They could be lancers. There's the guy with the lancer arm. Okay. I think these guys are lancers. Guessing. Standard bearer with a couple of standard bearers. Chasseurs. Jacos and Colpacks. I don't know if I count that. Okay. These are the ones I was curious about. Well, and those. We should put the lancers in there as well. Okay, these look like Polish Lancers. There's only 7? Wait. And there's some old guard Lancers right here. They look the same. Okay, let me see what we got. One, four. It looks like 7. Wrong. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8 and possibly 8 more. 1, 2. Yeah, 8 and 8. So there's 16 guard Lancers. Yeah, that shows 8 plus 8 and then 8 plus 8, but that's not true. Yes. Unless I've already pulled my cavalry into unit bags like I wanted. I don't think I did. I don't see any cavalry in those bags. Okay, but I do see cavalry in this bag. Yep. Cuirassier. Dragoons. Yeah, I'm struggling right now to make sure I've got these right. I've got. That's no problem. Yeah, I got these guys or Waterloo or future. Okay, now I'm starting to feel a little chilly, like the temperature's going down. Might be because I'm guzzling this fruit punch. Let me put a sweatshirt on. That'll help. Or maybe cook some tea. Boil some water for some tea. That might actually help as well. I'm going to do both. And then we're going to figure out what I need to order. Before I go crazy, we'll look through the Napoleonic figures that I'm selling on the eBay store. I have what I need there, and if I do, I'll just pull them. I hate ordering, realizing I first one. So we'll see if I need these. Don't have any Dutch Belgian cavalry in for sale. Okay, well, here's all my Dutch Belgians, and we'll look at those here in just a minute after I knock out my French. Tea's almost boiling, or at least the water's almost boiling. Water's boiling. Steep for a while. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how I want to organize this. I think what I want to do, move that out of the way so I don't damage anything. Already. Yeah, these guys are dry enough that All right, I think I've got everything within arm's reach. We'll figure this out. These are old and unnecessary. Chuck 'em. Chuck 'em, bitch. Okay. So, let's do this. Take my card. And let's look at it like this. I didn't mean to jump into my French Cav, right? I thought I was just going to be doing the Dutch Belgian and organizing them. But one thing came to another, so let's... Okay, so I have 2 units of dragoons that I need. That's what I'm getting ready to write down. I need... Second, dragoons, right? And it looks like it's going to be 4 bases, which is 12 models. Right, so I know I'm going to need that. I'm going to need the 7th dragoons. And it is also going to be 12 models. Okay. Eighth and 11th. We've got the 8th, Cuirassier, and it's going to be 12 models. And the 11th, Cuirassier, and it needs to be 12 models as well. That's what I'm getting at. I'm going to try to get enough of these cards, and then I'm going to use my figures to kind of see if I can't fill those cards. Okay, now these are all guard. Yeah, so guard, chasseurs. I need 2 of those. And there are 6 bases each. What is that? 18 figures? 6 times 3, 18 figures each. Okay, I don't think I've got enough, to be honest. But we'll figure that out. There's my 2 guard chasseurs. And then I've got first Polish and second Dutch. We know they're lancers. There's 12 figures. Right. First Polish. Second Dutch lancers. 12 figures. And that's guard. That's guard lancer. Okay, so I need to make sure I've got these. I don't think I've got it. I'm getting out. I'll be able to use some filler there. I don't know. Okay, these are dragoons. Brought my Ziplocs. Replace these open bags with Ziplocs. These are cuirassier. These are my guard lands, I think. Definitely look like dragoons. Go to these. I need 24. I don't think I've got it. These guys. Guard lancers, guard chasseurs. I think they come in 8s. That's why I think I'm going to be struggling. A third 8 would make it perfect. So maybe I only need to order 1 dragoon. Well, there's 8. Okay, there's 12. And there's a 13th. Did I count this right? Yeah, there's a 13th. I'm going to leave them in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12. Okay, give me 2 standard bearers I don't need. Okay, but second dragoons, good to go. I'm happy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 horses. All right, now is there a musician in here? There is. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait a second. Who is this guy? Guy with a bear skin. Another guy with a bear skin. Okay, now I've got to check something. Alright, why is there 2 guys with bear skins? Do you guys see what I'm looking at? They're not dragons, they're dragoons. And that is the 2nd Dragoon Regiment. Okay. Pretty awesome. King's Dragoons, 2nd Dragoon Regiment. Okay. But what about 7th Dragoons? I was wondering if there was like an elite company that wore bear skins. Okay, let's just kind of look around a little bit. Yeah, I don't see any hint of bear skins. Okay. Um, yeah, elite company. Okay. See, like this guy's got bear skin. Expensive miniatures. Got bear skin. Helmets is what I was expecting. Elite company. Okay, so it's got to be an elite company. Good. Okay, I'm glad they gave it to me then. Okay, so that can be the second Dragoons. That take care of one Dragoon. See what the other pack has. One, two. Oh, there's a 13th one in there as well. These guys all have their swords up. Mini bear skin. Two step. Could be the office. He's the only. Have to double check on the epaulets and. Count dudes. Hey. Just happened to give me a second standard bearer. Moon Regiment. Okay, so the Dragoons are taken care of. That's not a problem. Oh, no, wait, but didn't put the horses in there. Oh. All right, now the regiment. Let's do the curiosity. FM2 and FM. Block. Wow, they give me 13 with this one as well. Interesting. A musician. These guys all have arms that no. 12 arms do I need? And dicey because I can maybe lose one. Do. Eight. Draw C8. I have a feeling these cuirassiers, there's going to be 13 of them. At least they've got their arms attached. 2, 3. They're 2, 3. 8, 10. Perfect. $13 in each of those You would think it would be, oh, maybe even 10. Okay, so the Dragoons and the Cuirassier, I have. Got enough figures for those. Now the Guard, on the other hand, look. Oh, they might have came with 14 figures. Here's a couple of Cuirassier and a couple of Goons. These look like extra Cuirassier and Dragoon. What do we got here? Now, do the Dutch and Polish Lancers have the same uniform style? They swap up the colors. Wait, what? Those are helpful. Okay. All right, guys. I know this is super exciting for you, but this camera is in my way. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to end the live stream right here. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me while I try to organize my troops. But I guess I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a great night.